feeling like a black Republican. Nah, I can't call it. More like a black Democrat running them out of office. Young Barack Obama, I'm all for it. The rock of Gibraltar is now falling on ya. I protect my land like a farmer. Pockets stay chubby like Takara. Or should I say fat like the Parkers? Two big guns like I'm still playing Contra. Y'all washed up like money that's laundered. Y'all funny, I'm bonkers. Honest, girl strapped to my dick like a harness. Rockstar, flying in an ostrich. And I cover east, west, north, south like a compass. I shall shine forever, never tarnish. Money buried behind my house like a garden. All green, my bank accounts like a forest. I can't feel my face is getting started. And Weezy is my accomplice. You dig? A black activist like Sonny Carson. Stripes of a sergeant. Salute me. And chicks, I get him high. Higher than turbulences. White phantom. Looking so fergalicious. I'm from the city of big drugs and murder victims. Just get rich, go to jail, and be a murder victim. Now all y'all listen. If you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. Feel like a black Republican told a Mac and Republican act so southern die for my brother and money. Money, money like money Mac and publishing. One life to live, never ask for a mulligan. Streets cold, but the heat makes me feel coveted. Been had cake day late like Ed Sullivan. Fly like an eagle, but no, I'm not Donovan. Boy, you better go eat some soup with your mom and them. And my mind is on another continent. I am real cash money, no counterfeit. I don't walk in lot pimp, I just politic. Man, I get all in the mouth like politics. New Orleans representative to the inner. Come from the city where the glitter don't glimmer. The sun don't shine and the guns don't sleep. Pick a nigga ass up like he got somewhere to be. I feel like a black Republican. Drug money coming in.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is your boy Dion Cruz here with Glock Topics, and it has been a crazy week. A lot of things happening. I know I meant to come on Thursday when the Megan situation happened, but everything's just been crazy. Corona's been taking a toll on everybody. Quarantine. If you're like me, I haven't been anywhere besides to the barbershop, and that hasn't been able to happen lately either. But yes. So everybody knows Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez was involved in a crazy situation that we still really don't know all the details to. We know that Tory Lanez was arrested. We know that Megan came out and said that she was frightened for her life, and that is all we know. Oh, and we know she has been shot. So I'm gonna take you through everything, and let's go. It started last week in Beverly Hills when everybody saw that Megan was out with Kylie Jenner, and that had everybody thinking like, "What the hell? Why is Megan with Kylie?"
We had to come kill streets for 5 minutes. You know what? Sorry, don't get my phone wet.
So that was a good look for them. That was a good look for Tory Lanez because we're like, Tory's with Kylie and Megan. They're all in the pool. They're hanging out. That's a good look for him to be in that space with those people. But it wasn't that long until we found out that, well, first TMZ was the first to report that Tory Lanez was arrested. He was arrested. They first announced it as a gun charge, basically possession of a firearm. And that's all we knew. We wondered what happened to Megan. Nobody knew what happened to Megan. We thought Megan had been arrested. We later found out that Megan had not been arrested and that she had claimed to be the victim, is what they reported. So that story's buzzing. And through the night, Megan's best friend, Kelsey, I guess Megan's best friend Kelsey was there. Nobody knew that, but basically Megan, Tori, and Kelsey, and whoever was involved in the situation, probably the driver. So Kelsey's mom, here's the thing. So we don't know anything. So Kelsey's mom comes out and she makes a statement basically defending her daughter, like on some "you got my daughter involved in a situation" type shit. So here's Kelsey's mom. Kelsey's mom is El Garcia, 756. So basically, it was somebody said honestly, people need to hear her side talking about Kelsey, but you know how she is. She's going to continue to suffer in silence and protect faith, loyalty. And the mama wrote, "I'm sick to my stomach. My daughter should not have to go through this behind her stupidity." So instantly, instantly, red flags went up. We wanted to know what was going on and why did she try to make it seem like Megan is responsible for her daughter being involved. Basically, Kelsey knows information and they want her to testify. They want her to give information. They want her to tell what the hell happened that night. I'm guessing she doesn't want to. The mom was mad, but we do not know why. So next, we see everybody on Megan's team speaking about it, from her hairstylist to her security guard to her producer to like I said, her best friend. And they all spoke before Megan was able to speak. Well, he wasn't even first. The best friend was first. Kelsey. First thing she said was, "I want to clear up the rumors that I shot Megan. First of all, nobody thought you did, and nobody even knew you were there until your mama said something. But anyway, I wasn't the one with the gun, and I would never do something like that. However, I was present. Okay, I don't know why you're telling us that if you're not going to help the situation." Then her hairstylist off and on came out, Jonathan. "Megan got too many fake motherfuckers around her that just want to be around. Ain't no real and motherfuckers not built like me at all. Motherfuckers know what's really real, and I'm genuine, but emojis." Then somebody else, I think that's the makeup artist, he called him fake, but who cares? And her producer, Lil Jew, came out and said, "Tory Lanez, count your effing days." That right there is like, so Tory Lanez is responsible. Like Tory Lanez did this. Tory Lanez has something to do with what was going on. And here comes the footage. The footage comes out, and that is when we find out that Megan is shot. Megan is shot in her foot. Still isn't confirmed who, but obviously everybody on her team, well, not everybody, but the majority of her team are leaning to Tory. Okay. This shit. Oh, we're gonna get into that too. Prayers for Tamar. Here we go. I don't know what this is doing. Blue shirts. She don't like she got no shoes on. Oh well, obviously not. He would have found. That's wild as hell. So yeah, that's wild as hell. That's very unfortunate that she got shot. It was people have kind of made it into a joking manner, but it's not really a joking manner. She was alone with this man. She was with her best friend, but she is the only female on her side, and I don't know. That's just unfortunate, but everybody on her team has come out and pointed the finger at Tory. Tory's charges have been are allegedly going to be upgraded to assault with a deadly weapon if he's convicted. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. I'm going to put the link in the chat if you want to call in. And let's go. So Tamar Braxton, this situation is very unfortunate. Um, just the other day, the Daily Mail reported that Tamar had been rushed to the hospital. Yeah, they reported it as a suicide attempt that her husband, well, her fiance David, found her unresponsive. After he found her unresponsive, he made a 911 call, said that she had taken an unknown amount of pills and she had been drinking at the same time. And a rep for her came out and said that she had had a very tough day. Now, up until this point, it's been said that Tamar was unconscious. There has been no reports that said that she has been awake, that she is coherent or anything. So that's very unfortunate, and I want, if you could, if you do, say a prayer for Tamar and her family because they really need it right now. I've been checking up on her sisters and the other family members, and the only one that's really spoken out is Tracy. She said a few words. I'll just let you hear it for yourself.
Everybody's asking me about my family situation, what is going on with my sister and stuff. Only thing I can say is keep us in your prayers because times is rough right now, and especially doing the movies with you guys and just with mental health and things like that, and you never know who's in darkness. It doesn't matter. Someone can have a smile on every day, but you never know who's in darkness and who's walking in the darkness. So I just like to thank everyone for just asking me questions. No, I don't know what's going on. Yes, I did hear Maryland. So I thank you for all the prayers and everything. Thank you, Trez, for letting me say that because I know everybody want to know. I can't give you no updates because I don't know myself.
No, so, you did. Listen, you did the best that you could do. Like you said, those first words you said, just pray for your family. Like we gotta, yeah, that's enough. We gotta leave that as a practice.
Everybody's asking me about my family situation, what is going on with my.
Tracy sent out a message. Keep my family in your prayers, as well as Tawanda. Pray for our family, as well as Trina, who left a heart on her page. So, like I said, a very unfortunate situation. All we can do is pray that Tamar gets better, pray that something happens. Um, Bossip did point, well, not, I'm sorry, not Bossip. The Blast did put out a tweet that they say that Tamar drafted up and sent to family instead of tweeting it. Now, I don't want to doubt it because it doesn't really. To me, a social media person, it looks Photoshop. It doesn't look like she sent it. And if she did, I would want to know like which family member put this out to the press. Like if she only sent it to family, which family member sent it to the press, and if they did send it to the press, not to like not to throw no shade, but like why the blast? So I just don't. I don't know if this tweet is real, but I'm just gonna read it. It says, "I am a slave. I do not own my life, my stories, my pictures, my thoughts, or my beliefs. I've asked my master to free me. I've, I'm threatened and punished for it. The only way I see out is death. I will choose that before I continue to love like this. Please help me." Now, I mean, if 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 that is real, it's a huge distress call, especially the "please help me." Um, like I said, just continue to pray for her. But I am doubting the tweet a little bit. I'm not sure if it's actually real. But like I said, just keep her in her prayers. She has mentioned being in deals that she's not comfortable in and that she feels forced to do certain things and that she doesn't have the voice that she wants. So that does line up with the tweet, but I'm not 100% believer, so I wouldn't go by that. I'm not the blast. I'm no affiliation with the blast. But like I said, yeah, just keep Tamar in your prayers. And lastly, K Michelle. Now, I thought when I saw K Michelle's name in the press again, I actually thought she was gonna come out and say like, I don't know why I thought this. I thought she was gonna say something like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear this about Tamar. You know, me and her have had differences. I've called her out of her name. I've called her Muppets for years. Talked about her sexual history." I thought that will be why K Michelle's in the press, but not at all. K Michelle is hating again. Well, no, I'm gonna call it hating because like why? Like why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to these people? But just listen to the soundbite. She was in a studio. She was on live. She acted like she didn't know she was on live, but just listen.
It's a lot of money on the fans, don't they? I'm gonna go up here with Moneybag and tell him about his $100,000 that they gonna show on his bank account today at 7 o'clock. While he trying to be picky about some records when I did shit Chris Brown and everything, and I turned your ass down for some pussy, and you ride
What
with
the hell do with him?
$100,000 renting out lambos. Oh, I'm on live.
Oh, I'm on live. You knew your ass was on live. I don't know why that girl be playing like that. So, soon as that happened, that went viral because, people like me posted it on Twitter. And, no, enough for you. Stop that. And Moneybag, well, first Ari came out because, she said rented Lambos. Moneybag just bought her a Lambo. She felt subtweeted. She had to pull out the receipts. First, the tweet. Hold on. I am so humble, and I'm not gonna let nobody take that from me. But real quick, my truck is in my name. He didn't get it for no show. He didn't even know we was gonna be filming, and it's not rented. Stop being so jealous. Be patient. God will bless you when the time is right. And here's the Lambo.
Mad, miserable bitches. You cannot rent a customized car, one. Two, my car is in my name, Ariana Fletcher. Bitch, don't play with me.
Okay, Ariana Fletcher. And then comes Moneybag. Wow, I'm gonna right back to that. But you played.
Shit so crazy. I'm so tired of these mad, jealous assholes just popping up out the woodwork like, oh, I don't even know you. Never talked to you, never DM'd you, never text you, never received a call from you, never picked up a call. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. Keep it real with yourself first. Like, first keep it real with yourself. You know what's going on, man. You know a nigga ain't never said nothing to you, man. Quit playing with me, man. Then you talking about a feature, man. I don't give a fuck who you name dropping, nigga. I don't give a fuck who you ever done a song with. So somebody reached out and said something to me, and I said a price to them or something. That's what it is. How you gonna knock me and get mad? Then you gonna throw somebody in there talking about a car situation, man. Quit playing. You all just mad, man.
Yeah. So he said he never met her. He don't know. He don't know that hoe, but he clearly has met her. He has picture with her. He has saw her at the mall, and they're both from Memphis. And I'm pretty sure K Michelle was probably famous before him, and that is them right there. But my whole thing is, why does why does she even mention the hey mouth open? Why does she even mention the Lambo? That had nothing to do with her. And she hasn't responded yet, which I'm surprised because K Michelle is quick for a response. So that's surprising. But here is the proof: Moneybaagyo and K Michelle have met each other before that video. I don't know if he turned down a feature. I don't know if he asked her for some ass, but that is the proof right there. And she has not said a thing after that. Like I said, the link is in the chat if you want to call in. Uh, I do want to bring up one more thing. I want to say rest in peace to civil rights leader John Lewis. Um, he just recently passed from, I think it was pancreatic cancer. I know he had cancer for a while, and yeah, it's very sad that he passed because he was very instrumental in a lot of things that we're going through right now. He was one of the youngest leaders. Um, yeah, one of the youngest leaders to march on Washington in 1963. Um, he's received so many awards, like the Presidential Medal of Honor from Barack Obama. So yeah, these people are a mess. Yeah, so he's very instrumental in pushing forward equality for our people and pushing forward equality for all people of color. So I want to say rest in peace to John Lewis. And that is pretty much our show. I'm sorry if you got in here late. I I've been up here for a little while. Thank you, Mouth Open, Story Jump Out for coming in. Um, if you want to say anything about Tamar, like I said, that situation is very unfortunate. Oh, there's one more thing. Evelyn Lozada and Chad Ochocinco. Everybody remembers when Evelyn and Chad got into that situation where Evelyn was headbutted by Chad. They went out for a few years. She was on Basketball Wives. He was a co-star on Basketball Wives for a season or two, and everything seemed beautiful until this domestic violence situation came up. Now that situation happened well over. It happened a grip ago. It happened more than 5 years ago, but every so often Chad brings it up. Now he doesn't bring up the situation per se, but he does. Hold on one second. Hey, mouth open.
Greetings, greetings, Clark. What's up? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. Can you hear me properly?
Yeah. You sound good.
Okay. Okay, good. I just got out of the shower, so I can't show myself. I thought I was early. I didn't know you're ending your show already.
No,
So,
it's fine.
so let's talk about Evelyn because,
Evelyn? Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
I mean, for me, um, I don't agree with anyone, man or woman, abusing anyone.
Oh, not
But
at all.
all he did was said it was a bad time in my life. I have paid my dues. I lost everything, and now I'm changing my life. Here she goes, hop on whatever she was on Instagram or whatever, and doing all this crying and all this stuff. She wasn't crying when she called him to get receipts and dirt on OG. She didn't have an issue with him then. She wasn't triggered, but now she's triggered because he make a statement. So every time he make a statement, or let's say he does an interview and they ask him about it, and he said, this was a bad time in my life, but I've moved past it and I've changed myself. Is she gonna jump up and start crying and complain now?
Exactly. And my thing is, it's not the first time he said it. He said it many times before. Like every time, every couple of years, he's mentioned it. Like you see right here, 2019, 2015, 2014. People ask him
Right,
how does he stay positive, and he says like that time was a very bad time in my life, but I overcame that time. And
right.
he probably did minimize it to 3 minutes, but does he really need to go down into detail how long
Exactly.
that
And I'm
situation?
and I'm pretty sure he didn't mean literally 3 seconds.
Yeah,
I don't. She's just cloud chasing and looking for attention. I don't feel bad for her, because I will understand if she didn't do what she did with OG reaching out to him. Wasn't I didn't watch the show, but I saw like a 1 minute clip. Wasn't she on Basketball Wives reaching out to his daughter and talking about she wants to move on, and she was crying and doing the most with his daughter?
I didn't see with the daughter, but I definitely saw with OG when she was trying to prove a point that OG wouldn't have wanted. I mean, Chad wouldn't have wanted OG.
There,
So
there
yeah,
is there is a clip somewhere around. I used to follow this guy, but Viacom kind of shut him down, and so he can't post a lot of stuff anymore.
I know what
But
you're talking about. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure, like if anyone wants to know, or if even you want to see, I'm pretty sure if you Google it or somewhere online, you will find from Basketball Wives that ended last year. She met with his daughter and was talking about him and how she wants to move on and all this stuff. So I don't understand how him just make responding to someone online could trigger her that she have to come on and make this whole long video with all this crocodile tears and all this extra stuff.
I don't know. I can't even say she wanted attention. I don't know what she wanted.
She's just cloud chasing. I mean, they do everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people, they do anything for clout now because you reach out to him last year. You wanted to get all this info on OG and you was fine. And that didn't trigger you reaching out to him.
Oh yeah,
Clearly she reached out to him and had a conversation with him, even if it was through text message or a phone call. She had some sort of conversation with him. So how now you're so triggered by him responding to someone? Yeah, isn't that his daughter?
yeah,
Yeah. So I don't get her point. It just doesn't make sense to me.
yeah. She loses points. She loses credibility points. I mean, we
She's
all feel bad for what happened, but to come out
yeah.
like that, it's kind of like she wanted to like knock him down even more.
Yeah,
Like
because
now,
how many because not diminishing what she went through, but
yeah,
how many years ago was it?
it was over 5 years ago.
Okay. And you have communicated with him multiple occasions, we probably could say, because you did reach out to him to OG. So how much times did you reach out to him that we didn't know about? But now he respond to someone and oh my God, it trigger you that you have to get online and make a full video, whatever, whatever to Evelyn.
No, I feel the same way. I didn't know why she did it. I felt like the timing was weird, and I felt like she she was trying to get something out of it. Like she wanted something to happen to him or something good to happen to her.
Well, people will feel sorry for her and they will go subscribe to her OnlyFans, blah, blah, blah. That's the point of it, honestly, because I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. I will be, I would have been more understanding if she had not communicated with him
Yeah,
since all of this, but she have communicated with him and now you're crying because okay, yeah, the people who follow her will feel sorry and they will go and subscribe to her OnlyFans. Is it OnlyFans or fans only? I don't even know the difference,
it's
but it's one of
OnlyFans.
right, right. So they'll go subscribe and that's it.
Well,
Anything
not
else? I don't want to talk about Tamar. It's kind of
no, I don't want
it's
to talk
really
about that. It
yeah,
is really
it's
sad,
sad and
and I'm just kind of
yeah,
waiting for good news. Just waiting for
yeah.
the good news to come out.
Yeah, I have been just staying away from that subject because it's a little touchy.
Yeah, I just want people to pray for her, and that's about it.
Yeah, I've just been praying for her, you know. Every one of us we go through different things in life and not not everyone is strong enough to handle such a situation. I mean, honestly speaking, um 3 years ago I was 4 years ago. Yeah, yeah. Like in 2 weeks it'll be 4 years. I was going through a really horrible, horrible um divorce. I was married to a sociopath. I found out after we got married and he tried to destroy my life. And there was times that I was so broken and I felt like I didn't want to live anymore. And it was and sometimes for some people, like mentally, it's not what I wanted, but it's what I was feeling emotionally. And I honestly I thought about like, you know, which way might be easier and who might find me and all that stuff. And but in the end I thought I need to speak to someone. And I thought that will be better for me and it will help me to reach out and speak to someone. So I found a therapist and I started going to therapy. But it was actually scaring me because I wasn't getting proper sleep and all of that. And when I do sleep, it's maybe like 2 or 3 hours, and I'll wake up and I feel scared because I keep feeling all this pain
Mhm.
and I just feel like I don't want to live. But it's a feeling. Mentally, it's not what I want. I know that I want to live because I have my family and I have my nieces and my nephews and all of that. But emotionally I was feeling like I didn't want to live anymore, and so I seek help. But sometimes you're in a situation. I mean, I felt like it felt so unreal that I had to pinch myself and say, am I alive? Is this really happening to me? Like, can I rewind this? Like, is this really happening to me? So
Yeah,
sometimes some people, you know they strong enough to reach out for help, and sometimes you feel like there is no other answer for what you're going through, and the best thing to do is not live. But there was a part of me that knew that I wanted to live, so it's kind of touchy. So I've just been staying away from it, but I sort of kind of understand what a person might be going through mentally and emotionally to put them in that state where they feel like there's nothing else.
yeah, no, I
That's my
understand. Because I've been in really dark situations where you feel like there's really no like other answer. You feel like you don't really want to go on. You feel like every day is gonna bring on the same type of pain, and there's no like outcome for it.
hmm
But I don't know because I'm a very emotional person, but I'm not a very vocal person where I would tell people like what I'm going through or what I'm thinking. So that just kind of weighs on you. But
it do.
I just kind of learned to, I learned to say like there is something better coming for me. Like I've just learned to say that there are better days for me, And I
Right.
might not always feel that, but I've learned to say that. And through saying that, like I start to believe it, and better days have come. I'm not always smiling every day. I'm not always happy, but I try, and I think that's all we can do. Like, just try to keep
Yeah.
going and not
Yeah.
suppress so much. Like you said, talk to somebody, and that's what I need to learn to do too. And doing this
Most
is
definitely.
helpful as well.
Some people think that okay, something is wrong with you if you have to go see a therapist or you have to talk to a therapist, but talking to someone who understands
Yeah,
um what you're dealing with, it really helps because I started having these horrible headaches. They were so bad and it wasn't the normal headache that I thought I was having, like something was wrong with my brain. Like maybe I had a brain tumor or something because these headaches, they would come in. It was like on the side of my head, not a normal headache that you feel like, on the front of your forehead. It was
hmm
a different kind of headache and it will make me feel like I want to pass out. And once I started going to the therapist, and she said that is your body is going through trauma and stress, and that's what causing that headache. And once I started going, and I started off, I was going 2 days a week to my therapist, and after some time of going, the headaches just start getting less and less, and then it just went away. And for me, I was also freaking out about that because I was thinking, oh my God, well, something else is wrong. Something is wrong with my brain. I have a brain tumor or something to be having this kind of pain in my head. And I was stressing myself out even more because of what was going on with this headache, and only to understand it was just a really bad headache because of what I was going through. So it's okay to seek help. It's okay to talk to a therapist because it definitely makes a difference. Some people think, well, something is wrong with them if they have to see a therapist, but for me, I have no problem going to see a therapist whenever I need to because it has helped me a lot.
And how are you feeling these days now?
Oh, I'm great. I am great. But I will tell you, 3.5. We could say 4 years because August will make it 4 years. I, there was days that I couldn't even get out of my bed. I was depressed. I was depressed. I was completely down, and there were days that I couldn't even get out of my bed. But I'm in such a better place, and I'm really happy that I went to therapy because it opened my eyes to a lot that I wasn't understanding, the red flags I was ignoring, what I was going through, all of it. It was easier and clearer to understand it. I went for probably 2.5 years. I went to see a therapist, and it definitely helped. And I always recommend to people, if you're going through something and you feel like you cannot deal with it on your own, go see a therapist. It's nothing wrong with going to see a therapist because it definitely makes a difference, and it could also save your life.
Now, did you see this video?
What
Hold on,
video is it?
I didn't pull it up yet.
Okay.
Well, you follow me on Instagram, right?
I do follow you on Instagram, but oh, with the girls them beating the white boy and the white girl.
Yeah.
Oh, I laughed so much. I mean, it's ratchet, but I laughed so much they needed their ass beat.
No, I keep seeing this video in other places, but they don't have the part because I actually edited the video. I had to put the part where the girl swings at her. The
Yeah, I
white girl
saw
swings
that. I
first.
saw where the girl slapped her.
Yeah, that's not in the video that's circulating. You know how things go viral. It's not in that. So
Oh,
I had to put that in there because I didn't want people to think like, even though it probably was the type of situation where they.
right. Yeah, I saw your video, but I didn't see any other one. I was out all day also. I was like out all day, so I haven't been on Instagram. So that's how they want to spin the narrative.
said go get some more hair.
I know.
He did a good job as a boyfriend now.
Yeah, I love that they beat his ass up too.
He was laying over her trying to
Oh
protect
yeah,
her.
he was definitely saving her from getting her ass beat, but I like that they beat him too. Oh my God, this new generation of kids. I mean, I am in my late 30s, but still, this new generation of kids, they're crazy. Oh, he
Where's
calmed now
security
though.
at?
He calmed now though. Did anyone get arrested?
I haven't heard about anyone getting arrested for that one. There was that other one
Yeah, I
that
know. I know. Um, the girls got arrested for the other one with the Spirit Airlines, but I don't
yeah
know why she thought she could have just slapped the girl and it would be okay. They jump her. They jump her, and he lay over her, and he get his ass good beat.
she probably thought she had protection. Did you see from the other angle they were showing all the workers just kind of standing there watching?
Yeah, no one was doing anything. Everyone was just standing around because they probably all said they deserve it.
They probably want to get involved.
But I'm happy. I'm happy the girls didn't get arrested or anything. What's going
You
on?
never know. There's always time, especially with videos circulating. They
Right,
always do that.
right. But you really couldn't see them so clearly, so hopefully they didn't get arrested.
Yeah, no, I hope so too.
All right. Well, thank you for having me, Glock.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you for watching.
No problem. I'll definitely be back. Have a blessed night.
Next time, I'll set a reminder ahead of time and not 30 minutes before.
Yeah, because I saw you posted you were going live, and I'm like, okay, I want to check out your live show because I didn't know you had a YouTube channel until a few nights ago when Michelle was live, and she
Hmm.
said you had a YouTube channel. So then I found you and subscribed because I follow you on Instagram.
Oh, she's live right now, isn't she?
I think she is. I was watching a little, but they were talking about Tamar, and I really didn't want to hear about it
Oh, yeah.
because it's just like it's kind of I don't know. It's sad, So I didn't want to really dwell there on not on Michelle's channel, but dwell on the subject.
Yeah.
And everyone, that's what they're talking about. So I was just like hopping in and out, and then I saw you alive. I got home and I went in the shower and I saw you were going live, and then I get out and I click on and you're live and saying bye.
I ran through those topics. I,
Well, you
talk,
gotta.
I talked
Is
about Megan
anyone
getting shot.
is anyone in your chat? I can't see the chat.
There's people coming in and out. Kanisha Freeman. Uh, did you just drop out? You left. I guess that's my cue to go. Um, I was gonna ask her what she thought about Nene. Nene was on live talking about she was gonna expose something, but we haven't figured what that is just yet. But it was a good show. I appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you, Mouth Open Story Jump Out, for calling. Oh, here she is. Oh,
Hey,
you dropped
sorry,
off.
I touched something, and the next thing you know, I was gone. I'm still learning to use the StreamYard because I'm actually on my phone.
Yeah. No, I use it on my phone too.
Yeah, I'm not on my computer, and I don't know. I touched something. I tried to go to the chat, and then it didn't come up, and I tried to close it off, and I don't know what happened.
It probably just showed you the live chat, or I mean the private
No,
chat,
it come.
but nobody's in.
I touched something by mistake, and the whole thing just completely cut off. It went back to my main screen.
I
Oh,
was
is
gonna
this
ask you about Nene. What do you think Nene's gonna expose? Do you think she's coming back?
what did she what happened? I don't know what happened with her.
Well, she went on Instagram Live. I actually recorded it, but I didn't upload it on my laptop. She went on Instagram Live and she talked for a while. She talked about Tamar, and then she talked. She They asked her if she was coming back to the show, and she said she can't speak on it, but she has news to report on the situation.
Oh, well, I have to be honest with you. Why is my phone not charging? Is the charger not on? Oh, no, it's on. Sorry. Yeah, I have to be honest with you. I don't have cable by choice. So I have not seen The Housewives in years. I just watch like the little clips that people post online, and then, like what Michelle talks about and what I see around and other people review on. But I really don't watch these any of those shows. So I don't know. And I'm not so much of a fan in that sense of Nene. Some of her attitude was kind of, a turn off for me. But I still want her to be on the show because she's an OG and she's been there forever. So I hope that they bring her. I really hope that she comes back. Also, just because I don't want it to be where, can Kenya have a moment of ah ha ha, I'm here and you're not here.
Yeah,
So I hope that she comes back, but I don't, I don't keep up with them and
yeah.
the who,
I saw the
and I
live.
haven't.
It just
Oh
seems
yeah,
like
I
she
don't.
wants to expose some type of inequality that she's been going through at Bravo.
Well, of course, Bravo is doing that. Bravo is doing that to all the black shows on there. They have to know. They have to use this time, especially this time right now. They have to use this time to get proper contracts and to get better contracts. That give them look how long Nene has been there. Nene should have like some sort of executive, not executive, but some sort of producer rights or something behind her name. She's been on that show forever and she's carried that show.
Yeah, and they have higher ratings than every other show on that
Oh
network.
yeah, and you see, like if you watch, uh, well, I don't know if you watch, but from the little pieces that I see, Beverly Hills, like when they go on vacations and stuff, they go to like the best places. They have the best of everything. Then the Housewives of Atlanta, they go to vacation and it's like Jamaica and other small places, and it's not extravagant as they do with the Beverly Hills Housewives and all and the other housewives. Only, but I think this one they went to Greece,
It seems like they be doing like bargain shopping for the resorts sometimes.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't really treat them so. Look at what they're doing to Mariah from Married to Medicine.
yeah.
Like right now, I don't even think she's gonna be on the show. They haven't given her a
Nah,
contract, and she created that show. And as how the hell you are an executive producer of the show, but you have no say?
it's just basically saying that her title means nothing. It's just a title
Yeah,
to have.
they just give her a title to appease her, but
Mhm.
with no meaning behind it. And I'm surprised too. As a businesswoman, she didn't have a better. Even Nick with Wildin' Out. Nick has produced and executive produced like a bunch of shows for Nickelodeon and all that stuff. It's not
Yeah.
now that he's in this business. How come you didn't sign some sort of contract where you own the name and the rights to your own show that you created?
Wild 'N Out wasn't even trademarked until 2019, and it wasn't by him.
It was by someone else.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Whatever you have, you should trademark it. Make sure you have, like, I have a business. I have a small business, right? And if someone come to me because they do sometimes have reality shows based on the kind of business that I do and stuff, if someone ever come to me and say, "Hey, do you want to be in a reality show, whatever?" Okay, cool. Let me see your contract. And the first thing I'm doing is looking for a lawyer. The first thing I
Hmm.
want is a lawyer. You can't have no rights. I have created this. I have bust my ass and do all the work to establish what I have now. You're not coming in and take any of it. I don't think
Exactly.
so. And if fine, if you don't want me to talk about my business, okay, I don't need to be on your show. Because if the show is about the business that I have, but you want half of it, or you want the rights to it, or the rights to the name, no, I'm not giving up any of what I own just like that. I was really, and the thing is, but they is that they don't like Farrakhan. They don't like Farrakhan. So because Nick mentioned him, because really he didn't say anything wrong.
I didn't get it either, but
He didn't say anything
maybe
wrong
I
for
thought
us
I
as
didn't understand or something.
black people. Um, we should know our history. And what did he say? We were the original Jews. Black people were the original Jews. It's not like it's something, and he's lying about. And I don't see how that is anti-Semitic. Just saying that black people are the original Jews, and you get fired, and now you have to apologize. And he probably, because he said he wasn't going to apologize, he probably apologized because they probably were threatening to take his other businesses from him and the powers of to be whatever they're doing behind the scenes. Because really, he didn't need to apologize, and he did not do anything. He didn't say anything wrong.
He
I
didn't.
mean, you can,
I didn't
he,
understand.
and that's why us as a people need to come together, and we need to do better as black people. We have to support each other, stand up for each other, be there for each other. Because when you look at the Jews, they stick together, and they still getting money all now for the Holocaust,
Yeah.
and you can't touch that. That is so sensitive. You can't talk about it. They will get so offended. But slavery is nothing.
Yeah. We have to band
Um,
together for that though.
yep. We
Um,
need to. We are such powerful and amazing people. We're gifted. We're talented. We're smart. We're strong. We have strength upon strength for all the things that we go through, and we keep going and we fight. And if us as a people, as black people, will just stop fighting each other down and come together, why you think they're forever trying to put us against each other? Like, some of us gotta move out of that space of mental enslavement. We need to move out of that space, because if us as a people we come together, please, they can't touch us. They can't touch us. It's not like we didn't have everything before and they come in and destroy it and bomb it. We had our own everything, and they came in and destroy all of it. And if we as a people could just come together and do our own and have our own again, we don't need none of these other people. I don't
it's
want
so
to be
unfortunate.
disrespectful.
I don't feel like. Yeah, I agree with everything you just said, but like it's unfortunate that I don't see that. Like I don't see that happening for us. Like I don't see us really coming together the way we should. I don't see the people who are the higher ups and who can help us. I don't feel like they want to. I feel like the people who are the rich want to stay the rich and only the rich.
Oh, for sure. They want to stay rich and the poor people stay poor.
But even ours though, even our black people who are rich, I feel like they once they get into that tax bracket,
Mm-hmm.
they're done.
Mm-hmm. They
And
talk the talk, but when they get there, they forget.
yeah, so it's like we have to start from the very bottom to build.
Yep.
And
They,
yeah,
they forget about us, the small people. They forget about us until something happened and they need us to stand
yeah,
up for them and they need us
yeah,
to fight for them. And it shouldn't be like that. Like when okay, you get your money, these labels or whoever, they're giving you the money, invest back into your community. Yes, you could buy all the jewelry and travel the world and slap all that crap in your mouth and buy how many cars, but also invest back into your community. Open businesses and employ people in your community. Put money back into your community and make sure that it's going to build your community and help your community.
yeah.
But
You see, with the NBA is well, the NBA was fighting to play again when there were some players saying that that would be a distraction from what's going on right now, and some
yeah,
NBA players fought to play, and now they're playing, and their excuse was that they could use the money they make to give back to the community. Do you see that happening?
yeah, right. They giving back any money to the community.
Exactly.
Like, I want if you give him the money. Hold on, let me make my phone is gonna cut off. Okay, it wasn't charging. Yeah, if you gonna give back to your community, then open a school like LeBron did. Open a school. Open a community center where it have programs for kids after school. They could go and do computer, music, mathematics, science, you know?
Yeah.
Open centers that go into the hood and open a community center and put computers in there and get kids into science. We need scientists, black scientists. We need genius mathematics people and all that stuff. Give back to your community. Like, oh, I have a charity. Yes, you have a charity, but like,
But what?
okay, you have a charity and you're giving a little, but I think like if you have, I always think about it. Like I am originally from Trinidad and from a really small place in Trinidad. And I always think like if I ever become rich, that's what I would like to do. Open a community center where kids could go to after school because like I work with kids also, and the white people they have all these programs for the kids for after school.
Yeah.
All these different programs that they send their kids to. You're going to science, you're going to tennis, you're going to music, all this stuff that they
So
get the
many
kids
things
in.
to expand their creativity.
Yes, when you come from the hood, okay, you make it out the hood, but don't forget your people in the hood. Come back in the hood and open a community center so that the kids have somewhere they could go to after school, cause so they don't have to hang on the street. Because it's not all the kids want to hang on the street, but they don't have anywhere to go. So the other choice is for them to hang on the street, but it's not their. Some of the kids is not their first option.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, but I don't know. We could talk, but it's
Yeah.
action. It's action that's needed. And I think, but I don't know. Then again, to me, especially when it comes to like artists who making all this money and they get all this jewelry and all this stuff, I feel that's what the labels and stuff do to appease them because I don't understand how if this money is your money and you have all the money and you could do whatever you want with it, you're not going back to the hood that you come from and investing there and giving back. And it's not even about okay, yeah, you leave the hood and you have haters or whatever. But think about the future. These children are the future. This generation are coming, it's the future. And you want them to have something.
The competitive mind state, it lives on. It just keeps going. Once they get that money, now they're trying to compete with the next person that has that money. They're no
Right.
longer looking back. They're no longer looking back. They're competing with the Joneses, as they like to say.
Right. It's just about making more money and oh, person have this car, so I need to have this car, and this person live there, so I need to have
Exactly.
that. And
Yeah.
it's kind of, it's sad though.
And going broke
It's sad.
eventually.
Yeah, that too, because look how much of them has made OnlyFans pages.
All of them, all of the reality stars, almost
Mm.
all of them, they're all
All
on
of,
fans
like, you on there selling yourself.
because they were relying on reality shows and club appearances. There's no club appearances. What are you doing?
There's no reality shows happening.
Hey,
So
John.
you have to resort to OnlyFans because, like, take this opportunity. You have an opportunity like that, and yes, you're not making much money. You're not getting paid much money, but live a simple life and invest your money.
Exactly. Did you see what
Invest
I
in
was talking about with the Migos?
um
They're
where they I didn't really look into the story, but they're suing the who they're suing. Is it their lawyer or their manager?
they're suing their lawyer, but okay, they were their own entity. Then there's quality control, which is the label they're signed to. When they sign to that label, the label offer them a lawyer, like most labels do. We've seen the
I will
TLC story. We all know you do not go with the label's lawyer to look
ever
over paperwork from the label. You go get
ever.
that lawyer, but they did not do that. So the lawyer they picked has been messing up their deals, giving a large percentage of their deals to the label. They don't own their merchandising, they don't own their publishing, they don't own their performing rights.
They
So
don't own their masters, nothing.
no, so all of that is into question. Now they have a lawsuit for it because they feel bamboozled. But I don't know how far it's gonna go because that's the main point of their lawsuit is that they feel bamboozled. They feel like he wasn't honest about the situation. And
Right.
I was showing you, he's out there buying them cars with their with their
With
money.
their own money and they think it's gifts they getting. Negro, you have to pay for this. It's out of your own pocket. It's not really a gift.
I'm like, did nobody see the TLC lifetime story? Does nobody know about Pebbles?
I sometimes work also as a personal assistant for an artist. Um and I've seen stuff, but she is so amazing. And I've learned so much from her because she takes no shit. She takes no shit. Even though she has a lawyer, she still read over her stuff, go over her stuff, demand. She makes her own music. She writes, she produces. She's like this amazing artist, and she owns all her stuff. And like when we go to meetings and you in meetings with these white people, like we went to Sony, and she tell them and she will tell them flat to their face, I'm not selling out myself, because she's an artist, like singer, but she also does art and design and all that stuff. And they will rather that she just focus on the music and not her art and her other stuff that she does. And they will like trying to tell her this and that and whatever, and she tell them no. She told them no, and she walked out. And I always tell her, like, when we have these long conversations sometime, and I always tell her how much I admire her strength, because she's like, if I have to stay independent forever, then I'm gonna be independent because I'm not selling out. And like, we go to certain things and she will tell them straight to the face, like, what are you talking about? You don't know nothing about my culture. You can't tell me about my culture. You can't tell me how I'm supposed to be or what I'm supposed to do. Like, she doesn't back down at all. And I admire that about her all the time. And when they send her a contract, and oh, can you hurry and sign the contract? She's like, I didn't go over the contract yet. She let her lawyer go. She let her lawyer go over the contract, but she goes over the contract herself also. And if there's anything that needs to be changed, she's like, no, I'm not doing that. They need to change this, this, and this, and this. Let them know that this has to be changed and that has to be changed. I'm not agreeing to that. No. F no, I'm not selling myself out. No, it's not happening. And she was just telling plain to their face. We have gone to like white events. They don't like do their research on her as an artist, and we get there and we're doing our thing, and they're like monitoring everything we do, and not giving her the space that she needs, or not, like if she asking for certain things that she wants, because when she's doing, like, she does different events, because like I said, she's an artist also. So she does, like, we have these art shows and stuff, and we get there, and like, if she's asking for the things that she wants, they find like what she's asking for too much. She's like, hold on, this is who I am. Did you not do your research on me as an artist? This is how my operation is. This is how I operate. This is how things works for me. This is how I want my stuff. I have a vision. She's like, I'm the artist. I have a vision, and I know how I want my stuff to be. And this is how I want it. And she will tell them right to their face
Yeah, that's
about their
what
sound,
they do.
about the things that she wants. So I don't understand how some artists, I mean, yeah, you want the money, yeah, you want to be out of the hood, or you want to be out of the struggle, but you could also still demand what you want. Get your own goddamn lawyer. Who doesn't know that you need to have your own lawyer for your own stuff?
It's,
You're not giving me no lawyer. No, I have my own lawyer. I'm taking my stuff to my lawyer. My lawyer is gonna look at it and get back to you.
it's too late in the game to not be getting your own lawyer.
Everyone should know it, especially you should learn from all the crap that happened to other artists. And that's why I love Kaya, because they could talk as much smack about her. But once she realized what was going, she was like, okay, this is not for me. I don't want to be in this industry in this way. I'll be an independent artist and do what I have to do. She owned all her crap.
And I think a lot of artists they just kind of want to focus on their craft. They don't think about the business aspect of it. They're just thinking about
And
making music.
yeah, they rub you blind and make a damn fool out of you. And if you decide that you want to leave the label, or you're just going to drop out, then the next thing you know, you're broke. You have nothing, because they're going to tell you, oh, yeah, so that car that we gave you, yeah, that wasn't free. That was out of your pocket. That was a show for your fans and blah, 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 whatever. Oh, yeah, that jewelry that you got, oh, yeah, you have to pay for it. No, this, and the next thing you know, you're broke, and you want to know how the hell you're broke, and you have no money, and you have nothing, and you don't own the rights to nothing that you have. But then again, this conversation, I could get really deep into it, because that's what the white people do. They, as much as they could suck out of you and take away from you, that's what they do.
Hey, powerful. Hey, Nika. That's what Cardi B is
Mhm.
basically going through right now.
So she's trying to leave Atlantic.
No, she's not trying to leave her label. Basically, she's in two lawsuits. One lawsuit is for a mixtape cover, and the other lawsuit is from her old manager. But in this lawsuit, for the mixtape cover, she had to reveal things from the other lawsuit, and that's when she
Right.
revealed that she couldn't really talk about her finances. And she said, I mean, it's hard for me to do so because I'm in litigation, and I haven't gotten paid for none of my music. So they're like, what do you mean you haven't gotten paid for none of your music? And she said, I haven't got paid for none of my music because I'm in litigation. And she's like, so that means I will have to audit a label and stuff like that. And I'm in litigation, so you just can't do it. I haven't gotten paid for my music in years, in years. So probably more than 2 years. She hasn't got paid for her music.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy because that is ridiculous, honestly. And she's another one. She doesn't own. They find these horrible deals just because they want to get on, and it's so bad. They don't
Yeah,
own their rights. They don't own their name. She's made.
and the thing is, they're not learning from other artists, like all the artists like TLC and other artists who have gone through these things. Like, where is what's his name, um Mystical? We don't even hear about him or anything.
I haven't heard
A
about
lot of,
how long is.
yeah, a lot of these artists, they lost, oh, damn, they lost everything.
The thing
The
about
moment
that was
something happened, the moment something happened to you, that's it. The once the label drop you, you lost. Then I don't understand how this generation they're thinking about the jewelry and the big house and the cars and all that stuff, and you're not thinking about, hey, let me get a good lawyer. Let me make sure that I sign the right papers so they don't rub me blind and I don't end up with anything and don't own anything. Like if I ever end up in a situation where I have to sign something and do this stuff, I wouldn't. But I'm just saying they wouldn't. They probably wouldn't even want me because from the time you pull up to me and you start saying, "Oh, we need this, we need that," I'm like, "Okay, give me the contracts. I'll have my lawyer look over it and then I'll get back to you." "Oh no, we have a lawyer for you." "No, that's not my lawyer. That's your lawyer. I'm gonna get my own lawyer to look up my stuff." Or no, I have to read this first because they tell you, "Oh, just sign on the dotted lines." Like even when I go to get my phone and they tell you just sign on, "Oh, just sign here." I said, "No, I would like to read it first." And then sometimes they look at me weird, like, "So you're gonna read all of this?" I said, "Yeah, I have to read it because I need to know what I'm signing." And hold on, let me make sure. And sometimes I tell them, "Let me make sure I read the fine print too because I want to see what this fine print say." Hold on, let me put my glasses on. I fuck with them just out. Sorry for cursing.
It's all right. I'm not
But I
my.
mess with them. I mess with them just out of spite, and I would say, "Oh yeah, I need to read the fine print too." You always have to read what you sign in. I'm not signing my life over to anyone.
I agree, John. John. All her certifications came through streams. I remember Bodak Yellow was like 3 times platinum, but it hadn't sold 1 million copies. Like people are not well, newer fans are not going out and like paying for music no more. They're just playing it on YouTube and playing it on Apple Music, and the industry is
Yeah,
crazy now.
yeah. People doesn't buy music like they used to anymore.
The industry is crazy now. Playing music on YouTube costs it means more than actually paying for it. How
Or
can
if you sell a T-shirt, then it's considered an album sale. Like what kind of I
they just
didn't know
stopped that?
about that.
They just
I,
now
I
stopped that.
I didn't know about that, but I was actually listening to I was actually watching a program and they were talking about it, and I said, "Oh really?" So they were saying that if like when you sell so if you put out an album and you sell a T-shirt, then they count it as an album sale.
Yeah, no, they did that for a few people. They did that for Travis Scott when him and Nicki was like coming out on the same day. Travis
Right.
Scott sold a bunch of T-shirts, and he got the #1 album. And Nicki Minaj complained about it, but nobody understood why she was complaining until until now. This day, now they're agreeing like, oh, you shouldn't be able to sell T-shirts and count them as music.
So I think they want to stop doing that now. But
Yeah,
isn't it something like that that happened with the Takashi and Nicki Minaj song? Or
they
I didn't quite understand it because I don't pay too much attention to those stories because I have absolutely no interest in Takashi. I don't
yeah
understand what he's saying
yeah.
when I
Um,
don't understand what he's saying. Like I haven't even seen the last video with him and Nicki Minaj. I haven't seen it, haven't listened because I don't understand what the hell he's saying. But isn't it like something like that also? I heard like people talking about they were buying streams or something to that effect.
nah, you know how you're watching YouTube and a commercial will play.
Mm-hmm.
You know how sometimes those commercials are actually music videos.
Right.
You ever seen that? Like instead of a commercial, they'll play a whole actual music video. That's what that is. They were,
Oh.
and honestly, it's
So
not
they,
their fault that those were being counted. You know?
so, so they were paying for so they were paying for a commercial, but the commercial is really when the commercial comes on, it's your video playing.
Yeah.
And then they count it as streams.
Pretty much.
Oh, because I can't remember who it is, but I was listening to someone I just happened to come across, and they were saying, sorry about all the background noise. I live in New York City, and I live by a main street, so there's always noise in the background. um, because somebody was saying that the I can't remember who it is, but I was listening to someone that the song is not even on the chart anymore now.
Oh, nah, I think it dropped off already.
Like completely off the chart. How the
Yeah,
hell does that happen? So, well, I understand now because they were paying for the commercials or whatever,
yeah.
and now the song is like completely off the chart. Not like it went from number one to number 12 or number 50, but completely off the chart.
There's a lot of things that goes into making a song chart. If people aren't playing your song on the radio, like the radio DJs don't like you and they don't play your music, you're not good at chart.
But that part I know about
You could
because
do
it's
good
been
on
that has been
with the
like forever.
streams for like maybe 1 or 2 weeks. You could do good with music video streams, but there's only so many times somebody's gonna watch a video until it's like it's over with. You know, there's only so many times they could buy the song until it's like, all right, that song is gonna drop down the charts. Nobody's continuing to play it. It was kind of
Yeah,
like a big moment, and then it just kind of dropped off. And I'm kind of glad it dropped off. I don't really like Takashi too much, and I think Nikki should distance herself from him.
uh, let's not talk about Nikki. If you want to hear a fight, I try to record her, but she always catch me. So because Nikki is supposedly she's Trinidadian.
You said
Well, I
suppose.
would say supposedly because she was born in Trinidad. She was born. I wasn't born in Trinidad, but I grew up in Trinidad, and I
Don't you,
claim
don't you think
Trinidad
she
as
looks
my
like
home.
Douglas descent though?
Huh?
Don't you think she looks Douglas descent?
She looks what?
Doesn't don't you think she looks like Douglas descent?
Douglas?
Yeah,
Douglas.
yeah,
Douglas. That's how you say it. Douglas descent.
yeah.
Um, yeah, that's like we call it Douglas. That's when a black person and an Indian person have a kid. We call them Douglas.
Yeah,
Um,
I always thought that's how it was pronounced.
no, it's Douglas. But Nikki doesn't look like herself anymore. But my mom loves her. My mom loves her. And because she's also Trinidadian, my mom loves her. And my mom and we get into the biggest argument, like huge. She gets so pissed at me because I have no interest in Nikki. And then she gets into the comparing of Nikki and Cardi B. And I said, well, I don't care about either of them. It's not a big deal to me. I don't care. But like
Can I
for
ask you
me,
one thing?
the,
Because I've
the
seen.
thing that
No, can I ask you one thing real quick? Because I've seen people who are actually from Trinidad say that. Is it that she doesn't that she hasn't really been there much without like filming, and she
let me
hasn't.
tell let me tell you about Nicki Minaj, right? As far as Trinidad goes. When Nicki Minaj first came out, I had no, my brother is who introduced me to her because when she first came out, she was given this vibe like she was a lesbian. And she, the music she was talking about, and they were all into her and all that stuff. We didn't even know she was Trinidadian because she wasn't talking anything or saying anything about Trinidad. Then when she did talk about Trinidad, she started saying some really messed up stuff. Like she said, 50%, was it 50 or 90% of the people in Trinidad have AIDS and all
She
that
did
kind of
not
dumb
say
shit.
that. She
Yes,
did not say that.
yes, yep. And let me tell you, it was serious. No, it was serious because people, when she first started, like, when she blew up and she started talking about, she was born in Trinidad and all this stuff. And she said that the Minister of Health in Trinidad had to come out and make a public statement. He had to put out a public statement because people were looking at Trinidadians like, what?
She said that.
People were, and people were thinking, well, that's what Trinidad is about. And they couldn't understand, like, why so much people in Trinidad have AIDS and all this stuff. And the minister had to come out and say, if you Google it, you probably could find it, because it was in the papers and the news and stuff. They had to come out and put a stop to it.
Um,
And she never really, like, she didn't, like, big up Trinidad. You see, like, how Rihanna rep Barbados to the fullest. That wasn't Nikki. And the biggest thing with Nikki and Trinidad was when she was there last year for Carnival and all the stuff with her husband, and that's why Trinidadians were pissed. Of course, it have the Trinidadians who love her, but we Trinidadians are very proud people, and we don't like to be dissed about our country. We don't like nobody talking smack about a country. Like, you're gonna rep us, then rep us. Like, she get on the stage and she did, like, the whole carnival, and she was there before. She was there before, and she act real bougie. She had to do a music video with Marshall, and she didn't show. She showed up like 3 hours late for the video and all that crap. And my cousin, I if I probably look on his Instagram, I'll find it. But the hotel she was staying in, my cousin was actually hanging out in the hotel, and he took a picture of her because he was standing right next to her, and he was saying how rude she was, and she was talking like, oh my God, she can't believe Trinidad have highways and all this kind of, like, really dumb, stupid stuff, like, uneducated. You are Trinidadian, you should know about your country and your culture. You have no connection, like, in Trinidad to say, okay, you're gonna come to Trinidad and, hey, or even if you're not coming to Trinidad, you're calling into the radio stations when your when your new song is out and all that stuff. So that's why a lot of Trinidadians were so pissed with her when she came down there, and um her husband, like,
I saw it.
mushed the guy hand away.
Yeah, I saw it.
Iowa George, who is like a huge soca artist in Trinidad. So a lot of people was pissed. It was like all over the news and all that stuff. And then, she tried to make good, but then she took him to the girls' orphanage, which he shouldn't have been there. And she took the cameras there, and people were pissed about that because they weren't happy with the cameras being there, because the girls shouldn't be on camera, because these
Okay.
are girls who's been,
Okay. 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 Okay.
huh?
Okay. I said okay. Okay. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got
Oh yeah.
it.
What's so funny? What's going on in the chat?
Nothing. Nothing's.
I
Nothing's
need
going
to
on.
know. Oh, how do I? Oh, yay! Now I can see it.
Nothing's going on. I was just shocked the way you were going in. But I wanted to wrap this up at the hour and 30-minute mark.
We passed the hour. We passed the hour.
No,
But
I
yeah,
hour
like,
and 30
I
minute mark.
tell you, we Trinidadians were very proud, and Nikki just didn't do us right. She do us dirty.
You know what? I mean, I hear you because I can't speak for Trinidadians. I'm not Trinidadian. I can say that I've seen her repping Trinidad before she was big, like when she was doing mixtapes. I found out she was Trinidadian, but I mean, as far as the whole AIDS thing, I'm looking for it. You're
You
gonna
didn't
have
see. You didn't. You could, if you Google it, you'll find it.
did I
If
did.
you
You're gonna have to send that to my DMs. See an
if you
article.
Google
I
if
see an
you Google.
article, but I don't. I mean, where does she say this at? Does she say it out loud in an interview? Does she say it in a tweet?
Yeah, I can't remember what interview it was, but she was doing an interview. I can't remember what the interview was, because it's some years ago.
Yeah, no,
It's
it
some
said it was like 2012, but I'm like, I
it's
feel
some
like
years ago.
it would be like one of the
Yeah, but that
maybe
was the that
imaginary
was the
age.
you know yeah, that was the one thing that pissed off a lot of people. But look, Rihanna is the ambassador for Barbados. Like,
Yeah,
Nikki should have been the ambassador for Trinidad,
yeah, no, I understand.
promoting
I understand.
promoting tourism, promoting our culture, and all of it.
Yeah, I understand. I have no excuses for her. I can say she's really busy, but so is
But
Veronica.
my only reason that I don't really like I don't go crazy about her and I don't have much interest in her. I don't like her association with pedophiles. And I know this will piss off Nikki fans, but I just don't like her association with pedophiles. Like I don't see her point to it. And let me get off your channel and go ro- roll up a spliff and get some drinks. Let me
Yeah,
go roll a, let me go roll a spliff and get some drinks.
I know. I'm surprised I didn't smoke this entire life. Good job for me. Thank you for calling.
Yeah,
I
no
appreciate your
problem.
opinion.
Thank you for having me. Have a blessed night.
You too.
Peace.
Woo! I was not expecting her to go in on Nikki like that. I do not know about that age comment. I mean, I see people talking about it, but I do not. Honestly, I feel like if she made that comment, people would not forget about that. Like, people will still be bringing that up to this day because, like she said, they bring everything else that she's even association with in her face. But I thought it was a good live. I appreciate you guys for watching. We talked about Will and Jada again. We talked about Tory Lanez shooting Megan in the foot. We said some prayers for Tamar. We said rest in peace to John Lewis. And we got into something deep a little bit. I want to thank Mouth Open, John, Powerful, Tanisha, everybody that came out. I want to thank Michelle for the Cash App. I love you so much. And tune in next time. Oh, I'm gonna stream the DMX and who is it? DMX and Snoop Dogg battle. That's on Wednesday. That's gonna be a versus battle. I don't really like when they do like one coast versus one coast because I feel like yeah, you send it to me. I don't really like when they do like one coast versus another coast. 'Cause I feel like it's never like you can never compare like East Coast to West Coast. But I think the Snoop Dogg and DMX battle will be pretty good. I think they're evenly matched, even though I'm definitely going for DMX because I'm East Coast tri-state all day. But like I said, thank you very much for watching, and